Hey guys, it's King Crab Zero. Today I'm going to be streaming for you some American Truck Sim. We're going to be doing two things today. We're going to be continuing on with the Christmas event. And then we will also be working towards getting more garages and stuff. I think the event is kind of the main thing still. So just to run through it again, basically we just have to deliver gifts. Luckily, the gifts can be kind of picked up from anywhere, and we don't necessarily have to fucking, you know, do a certain distance or anything. Which I think is super nice, because like most events, like there's always some distance minimum that you have to do. So I'm looking forward to continuing this one. Let's see here. Let's go to the job market. It has to be external contracts. And then let's see. Oh yeah, route length, and then we're just going to type in gift. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice, short, and sweet. And look, they all pay pretty well. Actually, let's do this one right here and back up in Idaho. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do like a couple or a few deliveries, maybe even four, depending on how quick these are. I'm not gonna go too late tonight. As you guys have probably heard, like I'm still in the process of moving, so it's definitely something that I'm still working on. I still got a bit to pack. Like I made a lot of progress yesterday, but got a bit more that I want to pack tonight, and then obviously have Christmas tomorrow. And then since today's Friday, I guess I also have more Christmas plans the next day. So I will probably stream a bit tomorrow. It'll be a little bit different from normal though. Basically, I'll be using some video capture through a capture card. I mean, I'm not 100% settled on this stream for tomorrow, but I'm like 85% there. Basically, I think what I want to do is I want to stream some Danganronpa for a deadly Danganronpa Christmas. And yeah, it should be pretty fun. It's a bit of an interesting game. Like, I played it, like I just beat it recently. And like after beating it, it's like, yeah, this would be a fairly fun game to stream. Like, I don't know. I kind of like visual novels, and think it might be interesting enough to stream. So I'll just have to read out a lot of stuff. Yeah, you guys will get to hear me speak a lot more. You know, that's not really true, since like I'm like fucking yapping half the time anyway. So. But I'll actually have some important things to say at that point, as I'll be, you know, the one expressing gameplay to you, so there's that. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it should be pretty fun. I think with that, I think I will start streaming some. Like, I mean, obviously I've been talking about streaming a bit more, but with this move, it's kind of been interrupting my plans on that. So yeah, I think what I'll do though is once I fully get moved, like I think I'll regularly add another day or two per week of streaming. And I think for one of those days of the week, I'll probably do more visual novel type stuff. Because I personally like visual novels, and I know that people seem to enjoy listening to my voice half the time, so it's a win-win. I get to play something I enjoy, you guys get to listen to my smooth, dulcet tones as I, monotonally express my, you know, stories and shit. Guys, I swear, I'm not super stupid. I'm just bad at talking, you know. Oh man, but yeah, no, I think it'd be fun. And then I think for the other times, like, it'll just kind of be random co-op stuff with various friends. Like, I know you guys probably saw like that one stream I did with Rough and Ready for SnowRunner, which was supposed to be an ongoing thing, but then he kind of like took a little bit of a break, and then I started moving while he's taking his break, so I'm gonna have to hit him up after the holidays and after my move for that, because I think he's taking a break till the new year, which is perfectly fine. I mean, you know, well, if someone wants a break during this time, I feel like it's very respectable. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Christmas, I love like the holidays, but you know, I don't know. Like, even though they're kind of a lot going on for them, I don't necessarily feel like I necessarily have to take a break for them. I mean, I'm sure my opinion will change over time. It just, I know when doing work and various things, like a lot of times I would work like holidays and stuff. Mostly because holidays, you know, paid better, so I didn't mind. Yeah, I figure streaming on the holidays, kind of nice, in my opinion, because not everyone has, like, you know, friends or family that they can visit, or they might be working or something, and they might be watching streams in the background, since I know a lot of people watch streams while they work. So, I don't know, kind of give company to people who might need it for the holidays. Which also means, I guess, I'll probably be doing a New Year's stream as well. I mean, hopefully. That will solidly be, like, after I've completed my move. So I'm hoping that after I've completed my move, I'll have everything set up at the place that I'll be at. Because basically I'll have to, you know, set up my stream setup and everything again. Like, not the... Well, I mean, kind of the software, but that's only because I'm switching from Streamlabs to OBS, but that's a slowly but surely thing at this point. Like, I mess with OBS, you know, a little bit when I can. And I feel like there's still plenty that I need to learn about OBS so I can get that done. But yeah, that'll happen eventually. I think my goal for going into this new year is I do want to reach Twitch affiliate. And I want to reach it, like, quicker than, like, someone else that I know. This is a person that, like, I've slightly thrown shade on stream several times. But I feel like it's because it's deserved. So yeah, that's kind of my goal for the new year, is reach affiliate, which, you know, actually I don't feel like should be too hard, especially if I amp up my streaming schedule and maybe add in, like, some specials or something. Like, maybe commit to, like, a 24-hour stream or something, because I know the last time Mavericks, and, well, I guess I should say the only time, but Mavericks and I co-streamed for like 24 hours. Like that one had like quite the viewership. Definitely picked up several subs and stuff from that. Like it was a pretty good experience. Okay, it does go this way. I wasn't sure. The map like was a little bit sus to me on whether like the road actually went this way or not. I was in my lane. I'm pretty sure they crashed into me. Okay, I'm gonna force myself into this guy's lane because these guys are all going slow on me, and it's not fun. Yeah, I'm excited for when I do get moved into the place that I'm moving into, because I'll have my stream set up in my room. The only reason it was kind of separate before was because like I had like my work from home set up in my room, but that's neither here nor there at this point. So, but yeah, once I get moved there, I'll have like my stream setup set in my room. And yeah, I'll try to show off like more of my like cool stuff, or at least stuff I think is cool. Like I got a collection of some various flags. I got I would say a decent sized figure collection. Some might say it's good size, and I would be like, I don't know. I see these like figure collections that you see online sometimes for people where they're just massive. And mine's definitely not that, so. But I would say it's medium. Like, I'm getting there. As much as, like, yeah, it would be cool to display some pew-pews up in my room, I don't know that Twitch is cool with that. So in regards to my pew-pews, like, the most you might see is, if I randomly leave one out, or you might see my gun safe. I mean my pew-pew safe. There we go. So, yeah, there's that. Also, yeah, since I did mention that I would love to become an affiliate in this upcoming year, I do have some ideas for awards for if we get there. Like, basically for special streams. I will probably mesh those out a little bit more in regards to figuring out the efficacy of such ideas. And then, I'll probably drop a whole list of them. That way I can kind of, like, put together what would be various, goal points and rewards for said goal points. But I do have like an idea in mind for the first one, so we'll see though. We will see. Also, since like the person that, like, I guess I should say one of the people I'm moving in with, since a few people. I'm not gonna disclose too many details about them, but one of the people though is one of my really close friends, and he's a musician as well. So I'm thinking for the intro, I might see if I can convince him to do a bit of a recording with me, just for a little bit of a kind of jazzy intro. That way, you know, when I do have my countdown going, there's something going on. Otherwise, I'm thinking I might just fill that with a bit of audio. Who knows? I think when I switch to OBS, I'll probably cut the intro down a little bit. Mostly because I have it like where it's at right now. Because I always feel like with Streamlabs, I need to really check things after I start. Just to make sure nothing's messing up. But for people who use OBS, like, it always sounds like they don't really have that many problems, so... I don't know. I might cut it down, I might leave it the same length. Either way, I am going to find something to take up that space. At least audio-wise. Oh man, I've been playing too much Switch, because like I saw A and I pressed the B button on this controller and I was like, wait a second, this isn't a Switch, this is just a regular controller. Yeah, you guys can't see it, but Steam just let me know that one of my friends is playing Super Auto Pets. I've never actually played that game, but I've seen videos of people playing that game, and it looks super fun. Like, it just looks like one of those, like, mobile-type, time-killer type games, but it does look like it'd be really fun, and, like, regardless. I honestly don't think there's anything inherently wrong with, like, time-killer games. Except for the fact that they waste a lot of time. But if you have the time for it, or if you're just looking for something to kill time that you don't necessarily want to devote yourself deeply to, like, they can be super great for that. I know that personally I'll have those times where, like, I want to play a video game, but, like, I don't want to get into anything super serious. So it's like, okay, I'll put on, like, a time killer. That way I can kill 30 minutes to an hour or something, doing something fairly mindless. Instead of, like, feeling like I actually have to, like, pay attention to this and, you know, follow a whole bunch of mechanics and actually think about it. I mean, I know there's better ways to spend one's time, but, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you just feel like you have to waste time. Like, sometimes you're bored, you just want something to do, and you don't want to think about it too much. Which is not a great time for a book, because, you know, you really have to think about those, or at least I feel like you have to think about those. Yeah, I don't feel like reading a book's a mindless activity. I feel like it's a very mindful activity. And then, yeah, reading books, not great when you just want something that you can do without thinking about. Listening to music's a good mindless pastime. Oh, there we go. I got my sticks messed up. But then sometimes I find with that, like, you know, depending on what sort of, like, mood you're in musically, it might be one of those things where you're just, like, you're trying to decide upon what genre. Because I know for me, like, I like a whole bunch of different types of music. Like, I'll listen to basically anything as long as I find it, like, interesting. Except country. That's because country, like, I'm not really interested in most country. Like, it just all kind of sounds the same to me. Like, I'm not gonna slight anyone for liking country, it's just, it's not my cup of tea, you know? But Yeah, like sometimes like I'll be like I want to listen to music, but then I'll be like, well, do I want to listen to metal? Do I want to listen to jazz? Do I want to listen to like electronic music? You know, and it'll just be a whole debate. And then like I might just put on something like kind of poppy for a bit, and then I'll be like, well, I kind of feel like listening to something else, and then like what should have been like a passive experience just to kill time becomes a very active one. And I feel like, well, this isn't what I wanted to do. I just wanted to like play some music and like sit down or lay down and just let my mind wander for a bit. I guess that does bring up the point, though. Doing nothing is sometimes an activity in and of itself, you know? Like, sometimes doing nothing takes effort. Like, yeah, set yourself up so you can, like, just not think about things too much, and, yeah, sometimes it's just a lot of work. Oh, man. Is that snow? I think that's snow. Or it's desert. I'm not sure, actually. Let's go over to this side. I mean, okay, I think it might be desert, actually, given that this side's high desert. Well, that just makes me dumb. Though, to be fair, I don't think I've ever claimed to be smart. If there's one thing that I know, it's that I don't know enough about a lot of things. But I feel like the more that you... I feel like the more knowledge that you acquire, like the broader your mindset gets, like the more you realize that there's just so much stuff that you don't know, and like that you'll probably never know. Like no matter, I mean, unless you devote your like life to just researching everything. But that'd be a lot. I don't think I could do that. I like research, but usually it has to be something that like piques my fancy, tickles my pickle. Or idle curiosity. Idle curiosity causes a lot of research for me, actually. Like when you have a conversation where a question comes up, like whether it's just a question of a fact that you guys should know, or if it's a question of a fact that none of you know but you're all curious in. Like I very much find like pleasure in researching that type of stuff. And then sometimes, like, researching something that you think should be pretty simple and straightforward will turn into, like, a full-on rabbit hole where it's like, oh, I thought I was just going to look up this one topic, but now that I've looked up that one topic, I found out that it's related to this topic, which is related to that topic, which is related to another topic that you have to, like, figure out before you can finally get, like, the specific answer that you're looking for originally. I had one of those the other day when hanging out with friends where it's like, it was something I thought would just be an easy thing to answer. But then it led to like, well, I had to look up, one thing, then I had to look up another thing, and it was like, after the third thing, it's like, okay, after researching these three things, I've come to this conclusion, which is backed by these three things. But it was just like, Man, I thought this was gonna be a simple answer one, but it was not. You know what? That the zone where it goes to 65 here in this game is like, it feels much later than real life. Because in real life, it's basically before you get to the Middleton exit that it drops down to 65, which right there, it's like you're already like at the Caldwell exits when it gets to like 65. So that always feels a little bit strange for me, but hey, it is what it is, and I still feel like this game is fairly accurate overall. Like, even if there are those moments like that where, you know, you can easily be like, hey, it's a little bit different in real life. But that right there, that plane, definitely in real life. Over here, there should be a tank, and there should be like a hill with a railroad, but I mean, that is what it is. You know what? One of these days, maybe that'll be one of those goals. Oh, that right there, that little tractor-like thing, definitely there, I think. Let's see here. I feel like there's a train too. I know there's like, I think 2 or 3 planes though. I think it's like 2 planes and also a tank, among other things, obviously, at that park specifically. Yeah, I feel like one of these days I'll have to, you know, if we meet like certain goals, I'll have to do like kind of a in-person drive of these areas. It'd probably be something that would shoot, you know, without streaming, just because I don't imagine that the stream quality would be that great. Plus, it'd be one of those things that because of traffic and other factors, you know, it could probably take a little bit longer. Whereas if I just shoot it and then like either cut parts or speed parts up, I could just basically play it on stream and commentate over it. Maybe give a side-by-side. You know what? Oh my god. If I get to let's just say like 200 followers on Twitch, since Twitch is the platform that I'm doing better on. I mean, the offer goes for YouTube if I get like kind of equivalent. I feel like 200 followers on Twitch would probably be like 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. But yeah, if I get to either one of those goals, I will drive through these areas. Basically, I can drive through probably all of the Idaho areas at that point and just kind of cut them together. But I think what I would do is I'd probably do the areas I'm more familiar with. So like Nampa, a bit of Boise. Though at least the part of Boise in this game is mostly the part that I'm familiar with. Because I am very... Oh wait, I need to go that way. We're gonna pull a oopsie here. A mulligan. But yeah, no, the parts of Boise in this game, like, I'm a bit more familiar with. I could probably manage. And then, yeah, I could basically do, let's see, the Nampa, Caldwell area. Boise's the other prominent area. Twin Falls, I could do a bit of that. McCall area, so basically, I could go up north to Moscow and have all that covered. It just beyond Moscow, Idaho, I'm not too familiar with what's north of there. Like, I kind of know what towns are up that way. It just, I'm not familiar with the area up that way because I haven't really been up that way myself. Okay, we're going to get myself backed up here because I actually have to come around. Yeah. But I feel like that would still cover quite a bit of distance, though. Like, Idaho is a fairly big state. I'm not sure how big it is compared to other states in terms of landmass, but it's a fairly big one. I'll have to look that up. After I complete this delivery, I'll do that. I mean, I'm going to do a couple of things after I complete this delivery. Oh. Okay. Let's see here. So, show results. Continue. I had a couple of scoops of pre-workout before this, so I'm going to use the restroom really quick. I got to pee super bad. But I'm going to pee, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to look up how Idaho compares in terms of landmass to other states. So, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So let us satisfy my idle curiosity and see how Idaho compares in terms of landmass. Just have it pull up in the background. Let's see. Okay. So it looks like Idaho comes in at number 14 for total area, number 11 for land area, and then number 33 for water area. So let's see. Yeah, let's see what states are. Okay, I can tell you what states are ahead. Alaska is ranked number 1 for everything, which makes sense because Alaska's so huge. Then comes Texas at number 2 for total area and land area. They're actually number 8 for water area. California is number 3, which it's about 100,000 square miles less than Texas. So it's considerably smaller. But to be fair, Alaska's about 400,000 square miles more than Texas, so it's quite large. And then yeah, Idaho's number 14 in total land area, but number 11 total just land. If you're just looking at land and excluding water. Looks like in regards to that, we're just like right behind Oregon. Anyway, though, that satisfied my curiosity for that. So let's get back to the game here. Checking on everything on this side really quick. Okay, cool. And let's see here. Okay, cool. Let's see. Do another external contract here. We will do gifts again. And let's just do the Twin Falls. It's a short little trip and a very easy one, so. And I guess before I get to that, so yeah, let me just take a look at the map here. So yeah, if I was to, oh shit, wrong button. I'm not used to the controller layout after they change things around a little bit. So give me just a moment here. Maybe no, that's not it. How do I drag? Because it used to be like I'd hold B and it'd let me drag. I'm just trying to. I know I did this last time. Like, I know I dragged last time. I'm just trying to figure out how I did that. No, that's not what I want. That's definitely not what. Oh my god, no. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see. Let's close that. Okay, maybe you can't drag anymore. That sucks if that's true, because I really liked the drag feature. It was nice. Okay, let's get rid of this map marker though. What? Why can't I? Here, reset. Cool. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out. Okay. You can't drag, but the right stick now lets you navigate. It's a bit of a pain. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, so let me just take a look at this. So yeah, the areas that I could definitely navigate to on this map would be like Nampa, Boise. I think I've been out to catch them. Let's see here. They have craters on the moon on here. Maybe, I don't know. Been out to Pocatello, basically. I mean, I've never actually been in Pocatello, but I've basically been to Pocatello. Like, there's this like town that's like on the very edge that if you go to, basically people say that you like will say that you went out to Pocatello. It's I think it's called Chubbuck. Yeah, like if you made it to Chubbuck, you've basically made it to Pocatello. Okay. Yeah, so if I were to capture areas, it'd be like this area. Yeah, both these highways up here. Definitely Grangeville, which I would just take. I guess if I were to capture, I would probably go through, make it up to Lewiston, then drive up to Moscow, which would be in here, and then take the shortcut coming back down. Because there's a shortcut to make your trip through Grangeville a little bit quicker. And I'm pretty sure I've been out to catch them. I think, I don't know, I'll have to look at the map, because I feel like if it's not on here, I'd also definitely have to capture, like, Craters in the Moon, which is a famous national park here in Idaho. So yeah, if I make it to like 200 subs, I'll make quite the trek around Idaho, record the trip, and then basically edit it down, edit together with you know, the in-game footage of the drive. So I mean, obviously it's not going to transfer 1-to-1 because the in-game drive goes way too quickly, but you know, kind of just show the, I guess I could just like cut it together so it shows the in-game drive, and then speed through the actual driver. Speed through the actual drive like side to side with it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. If I get to 200 followers ever, that'll be the project I do. Or again, if I get to like you know, 10,000 subs on YouTube, I'll do that, because I feel like again that would be a pretty equivalent kind of area there. The ones that I'll be able to be most thorough with, though, if I ever do that, would be like Nampa, Caldwell, Boise, and you know, probably just a smidgen of Meridian. Not a whole bunch, just a smidgen. That's just because, you know, I'm more familiar with like the Treasure Valley area here in Idaho versus some of the more north and more eastern areas. I mean, there's other places I'm familiar with in Idaho too. Just this game doesn't necessarily cover all of Idaho. I mean, again, like I respect what they have. Like, what they have is pretty awesome. You definitely see some major similarities, so not going to complain about that at all. Yeah, I was turning right on red. That's perfectly fine, man. Yeah, I guess if I do ever get to the point where I record that trip, I could probably bring Mavers along for the ride. He's usually down for whatever, especially road trips and stuff. So it wouldn't be a hard sell to be like, "Hey, bud, we're going to take a day or two to like drive around Idaho." He'd probably be like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." Then I probably wouldn't have to drive the whole time, so that'd be super nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like driving. It's just I feel like after enough hours of driving, it becomes a a little bit boring. And, you know, I don't know. Like, I feel like driving for a super long extended period of time, like, makes you kind of stiff. Like, even when I would drive basically from Caldwell up to Moscow, Idaho, all in basically one trip with like minimal breaks. I would usually only take one break in Grangeville, and that was like to pee and grab snacks and stretch really quick. So yeah, like 10-15 minute break at most. Yeah, like I feel like stretching was necessary because, like, you know, you have your foot on the pedal for that long, like your calf in your driving leg just starts to get a little bit tense, you know. I mean, that's what I've noticed in my experience of driving any long distances. Muscles just get tense after a while. I want to drive a little bit more forward and just kind of cut through this way, just so I can discover these roads back here. This is fairly accurate, though, kind of towards this way, and Napa is a Walmart, or as this game labels it, a Walbert. Okay, cool. I feel like this is inaccurate. I feel like Walmart would just steal gifts. I mean, big corporations aren't really known necessarily for their kind-hearted giving. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, corporations will give back to the community generally, but very minor compared to like what they actually make, and it's usually mostly for PR. And a lot of times, like, it's usually like at the cost of employees, like employees' cost, I should say. Not necessarily at the cost of employees. Like, them giving presents, I don't feel like it's gonna make employees quit or anything. I guess big corporations, I know a lot of times love to, you know, have employees contribute to, like, you know, either food drives or gift drives or donations and stuff. And then the corporation will brag about how much they're giving at that point. Like, even when it's the employees themselves giving. I mean, don't get me wrong, when I worked for my last employer, they actually had a, you know, kind of a system like that that was totally worth it. Basically, they worked with the United Way, so, I mean, in terms of charity. So you could give to United Way, and basically if you gave a certain percentage of your paycheck every paycheck, it was basically a percentage that added up to, I think, 10 hours worth of work over the course of a year. Or no, it was 8 hours worth of work over the course of a year. But basically, if you gave that amount, what they would do is they'd actually give you, I think they called it an Angel Day, which was a day off, basically, that you could take for giving to charity, which I always thought was worth it. Like, they also, before I left, they also had offered a program where you could just buy extra vacation time. And I totally did that because I was like, within my last year working there, I was so done. Like, let me tell you, man, I was 100% done with that place. Though to be fair, I got like a couple or a few months more worth of like riding out, you know, my kind of what I'd like to call work like vacation from work, and then yeah, it'll be time to get back in the job market. But I'll have my certification as a personal trainer by then, and it'll make things nice. I know there's a gym or maybe a couple really close to where I'm going to be moving. So what I'm hoping that those gyms close by, like I'm hoping at least one or two of them will be easy enough to work with in regards to providing personal training services there at their location, whether it's for people I bring or if they have a deal where they pay you a certain amount to just offer personal training to their members. And if that's not the case, you know, I'll check with the gym that I normally go to anyway, because I just renewed my membership with them, which, to be fair, it's here in kind of Nampa Caldwell. I think it's more in Nampa. But, yeah, because I've always liked them as a gym. It's like this little hole-in-the-wall gym that doesn't necessarily have, like, the best equipment or, you know, just all the best services or anything, but what they do have is, you know, you can go in there, it's usually not that crowded, and they have all the equipment you need to work out. So then usually, like, the people there, like, are pretty cool, like the members and stuff, or heck, even the staff there. The other day when I was renewing my membership, actually, it was kind of funny. Like, I walked in the door and I walked up to the desk, and there was this group of people talking next to the desk, which I think they were all friends of the person working the desk. And one of them looks back at, I think one of them looked over at her, and they said her name or whatever, and she was like, "What?" And they kind of stared at her, and then they pointed at me, and she's like, "Oh, oh, hey." And like, yeah, then they're just harassing her, like, do your job, you know, you're at work right now, you should be working. But yeah, then like, yeah, she was kind of just taken by surprise, but she was pretty pleasant to work with. Made her laugh a few times. Like, when we were filling out the paperwork and stuff, you know how you have to do waivers and stuff. Like, there was a couple of the waivers, like, I forget what the first one was, but, like, I made a joke about that, and then the second one was, like, if you get injured, you know, we're not responsible, like, we're not liable, and I was like, oh, man, I was about to just go get myself, like, crushed on the leg press machine. She laughed about that. So, yeah, no, pretty cool crowd around there, generally, even the employees. I haven't necessarily met the owner. I think I spoke to him once via email, about 2.5-3 years ago. Like, I've been going to the gym for quite a while, but, yeah, I think it was about 2.5, maybe 3 years ago. Because, like, for some odd reason, like, the original code I had to get in stopped working. So that was quite an inconvenience, but yeah, he got my code changed to something else, and that's been my code ever since. And yeah, he was pretty easy to work with. He was pretty pleasant to work with. I think he tried to keep my code the same, but like for some odd reason their system didn't work, that like wouldn't let him, so he just changed it up. And yeah, it was quite good. Quite pleasant. Now my code is like something super simple I'll never forget, so. Oh, man. They got that guy cornered. He must have committed some high crime. Though he's not coming from Oregon, so it's probably not drugs. Ah, I gotta turn here. Yeah, I know that, like, anytime I'm coming from, Fruitland, I'm always worried that, like, I'm gonna get pulled over because Fruitland's right across the border from Ontario, which is, like, where it seems like a lot of Idahoans in the valley will go to buy their weed. I don't personally partake in the stuff, but I know plenty of people that do. And yeah, that's usually where they'll go, since, like, from the valley, it's only like a 40-minute drive, which I feel like is a pretty short period of time. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like that's fairly short. We're gonna make this work somehow. That was his fault. We're gonna make this work somehow. I wish they would let me drive just a little bit further away from the road. Okay. I'm just gonna see if I can get flipped the right way, because this isn't lit up yet, which means I haven't actually viewed this viewpoint yet, at least for this profile. I think for my actual streaming one that I had for, a long time ago now, like, I think I had this discovered, but, since I accidentally mixed up my stream and my personal one, I don't think this one was discovered for my personal one. So, let's do this really quick. This is Preen Bridge, though. It is, at least to my knowledge, from what I've heard from base jumpers, the only bridge that you can jump from year-round without a permit. So that's obviously why you see people down there with parachutes, is in regards to base jumping. And yeah, Shoshone Falls, you got the College of Southern Idaho in Twin Falls. Twin Falls used to have, like, a really awesome Hastings. Like, I remember going to Twin once and going to their Hastings and being like, why is their Hastings better than the one that we have in Nampa Caldwell? Obviously, Hastings is gone, so that's not even a concern anymore, but when there was a Hastings there, it was just one of those things like, what the hell? Why is theirs so much better? I actually have some pictures of the Preen Bridge, because I know when I was there, it was one of those things where it's like, I should probably take pictures of this. This thing's pretty cool. I mean, I guess I probably should have taken pictures of, like, Shoshone Falls as well. Or if you're inclined, Shoshone Falls. But yeah, no, I was more impressed with the bridge. I mean, I guess, I don't know. It's an architectural thing. It looks cool. And you got the canyon and stuff. Like, I don't know. Twin Falls is kind of a cool spot. And it's kind of like about the size of, I would say, Nampa. Maybe it's in between Nampa and Caldwell. Like, I shouldn't say that. Maybe it's like a Nampa and a half or a Caldwell and a half. I'm just gonna drive through this. I don't even care. I was past the thing when it was yellow already. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's an interesting place. I've also been to Twin Falls, like, more times than I've intended to end up in Twin Falls. But I think that was mostly because, I think it was due to road construction stuff, where the lanes, if you chose the wrong one, you'd just end up in Twin. Because, yeah, I've ended up in Twin driving out to, like, Craters of the Moon. I've ended up in Twin driving out to, like, Chubbuck. Like, I don't know. I've accidentally ended up in Twin, like, a few times or several times. I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I take random road trips sometimes, so I'm, like, not even sure why I've been driving out that way and ending up in Twin. I can't remember if Twin's further or Hagerman's further, but I think it's Hagerman. I remember going out there not too long ago, but I don't remember ending up in Twin. But I think Hagerman might be closer. I don't know, guys. I'd have to make that drive. Actually, I think I remember what it was that made me end up in Twin on accident a few times. Is the way that the road was marked. It felt like there was like a bypass or something if you took the right lane, and that's what made me end up in Twin. Because it's like, oh, this isn't a bypass. This takes you directly to Twin. It's like, oh god, it's not what I wanted. Let's see here. Excellent job. Continue. Let's do one more of these. I'm feeling pretty good. I got one more in me. External contracts. Let's see here. Go up here. I'm still not sure how I feel about their improvements to the controller scheme for this. I mean, I always play this on the gamepad, so it just, again, I miss the ability to just click and drag, you know? Click and drag was one of my favorite things. Oh man. Yeah, I always want to see what towns have already gotten full gifts. Of course, California. I feel like it makes sense that California would be completed first in this game. Mostly because, like, it's one of the states you get to begin with. I think when you buy just the base game, I think you get, like, California, Nevada, and then either I don't think it's maybe it's like either Arizona or Oregon, I think. Like I think you get 3 states to begin with. So yeah, California is like one of the first ones, and then I feel like a lot of people live in California, so it would just make sense that if you have a higher number of people, there's a higher chance that there would be people in that state playing this game. And if there's just a higher number, you know, I feel like usually there's this like pride everyone has in their own state, um, in regards to these kind of national things like this. Like even if a person doesn't necessarily like their state per se, like usually they'll be like, oh, you know, I want my state to succeed in something. So I don't know. That's just my thought there. And then let's take a look at this. Grangeville. Why does Grangeville have so many? That's surprising. I just want to look through these, see if there's any that, you know, necessarily stand out. Yeah, Carlsbad's pretty high. So is Clovis. I feel like the reason why these ones over here are so high is because people also like to do the really long missions for making money. So I bet some of these are going to be fairly high too. That's surprising. I figured they'd be a little bit higher. Okay, anyway, back to actually figuring things out here. It's a little bit longer. Yeah, let's just do another Idaho delivery. I mean, this kind of goes back to like, pride in one's own state. Like, I'm going to be like, for all of these, I'm probably just going to do like Idaho deliveries because honestly, I want to see Idaho reach the limit as well for gifts. Well, that's a little bit sad there. I was hoping I'd be able to get through, Let's go to this other side here, just so we can mark this little bit of road over here off of the list. I feel like slowly but surely I'm kind of working towards like 100% completion of this game, but it's very slow and not so sure. Like, I feel like 100% completion for this game, at least in like my eyes, is having all of the garages and having them all filled with trucks and drivers, and then also having like 100% of the road discovered. Oh, I guess like 100% of the viewpoints and stuff, like basically having like 100% of the map discovered, and then like owning 100% of the garages that you can, and having them filled with drivers and trucks. I don't know that there's a limit on trailers. I don't think there's a limit on trailers, so I wouldn't include trailers in that estimate, as there's no tangible way to be like, oh, you need, like, unless you're just going to say 1-to-1, like you need at least one trailer per truck. Kind of in between, like, trailers can be very beneficial for your locations. Like, they can really help increase your profitability. But, like, it's hard to choose a trailer for a location just because, like, if one trailer is, like, good for a location, it might only be good, like, for certain things, and then it might not be good for other things. Like, the reefer trailers, like, they're really good for a lot of various dry goods or, other products. Like, you can haul, like, dry goods, you can haul perishables. There we go. That was a hard word. Fucking perishables. But you can haul perishables. You also haul, like, just various other things. But you can't haul, like, equipment or stuff like that, so it makes it so those aren't necessarily an option. And that's the thing, it's like, I feel like when you get a trailer in this game, like, regardless of whether or not it makes economic sense for your driver to use said trailer, they will use it. Like, they could have the opportunity of doing, like, a non-trailer job that pays, like, we'll just say, like, $10,000 for the, like, trip, and then they might get, like, a trailer job that's, like, same distance, same weight, everything like that, except it pays like half as much because like the type of trailer and like what they're actually hauling. Like, let's just say maybe they're hauling like cardboard boxes or something. Like, let's say recycled cardboard on a flatbed or something. Like, they will take that one over the better paying job, it seems. Like, if you have a trailer, I feel like your drivers in this game feel like they have to use it, regardless. So that's why, like, when I can, I try to fill up location. Like, if I'm going to add trailers to locations, I tried to add quite a variety, but that's the thing, is if you're going for like 100%, and if trailers were included in that estimate, like how many trailers do you consider to be the max or the minimum required at that point for a location? And that would then bring up the point of like, well, would it be more viable to just fill your locations with like cheap, shitty trailers? Or would it be better to like wait a little bit longer, so take more time earning money, to fill them up with trailers that would make more sense economically? I mean, I guess I'm looking at this the wrong way. I'm looking at it like from like kind of a speedrunning aspect, which it's not something that I necessarily really do. It's just something that like yeah, comes to mind with some games sometimes. Ah, shit, I was supposed to stop off in Boise and refuel my vehicle. Yeah, I wonder, I don't know, I wonder if there's like a speedrun category for 100% in this game. I mean, I could see if there wasn't, just for the sole reason of the game not necessarily being complete. Like, obviously it's not a game that's like, you know, an alpha or beta. Like, you can join the beta for the game, but they do have fully completed releases. So it's definitely a finished game per se. It's not finished because obviously it doesn't have all the states yet. So I could see why there might not be like a 100% completion category for this, or rules laid out for such. But I feel like there should be. And then like you know, like there is for other games, you know, you just have different versions at that point, where the speedrun, you know, is determined upon what version you have. I don't know, I feel like I went off on a tangent there. It was interesting to me. Anyway, what I really wanted to get at though is like, I feel like I'm going to 100% this game. But for me, 100% is just, you know, again, all garages, all drivers that you can get for the garages, all garages filled with trucks, and then, like, just all the map markers. Like, all the map unlocked, which includes, you know, obviously all viewpoints. I've already got all recruitment agencies, so I don't even have to worry about that. But basically, any discoverable things discovered. And then for viewpoints specifically, like, they're all, you know, actually completed. Because, like, the thing with the viewpoints is, like, you can discover them and not view them, and they'll still be, like, marked on your map. I feel like it doesn't have the completion marker until you actually, you know, view the viewpoint. Like, because before it kind of just shows like a gray marker, which to me in this game, that just still means that it's not fully discovered. I don't know, I'll have to check out speedrun.com. I've always had like a bit of an interest in speedrunning. I also enjoy watching speedrunning content. It just I don't know if that's something I would ever do. We'll see though. We'll see. If I do ever decide to do that, yeah, I'd probably set it as like certain games for certain goals or something, you know. Maybe leave it up to community polls or something in my Discord. Yeah, I'm just let me plug my Discord right now because I feel like that's necessary. I mean, it's not really necessary, and also I should have turned off into that rest area, not to rest, but just to discover it. But no, the Discord's always important. Well, I shouldn't say important, but it's always cool just because, you know, you can get updates and stuff, so it's usually where I'll post first about like bonus streams and stuff, or if like there's going to be any changes, like cancellations, stuff like that from scheduled streams, like that's where I'll post about it. Since I don't think there's like I don't think there's a way to post like that sort of announcement on Twitch. And then on YouTube, like they have the tools to post that sort of announcement, but you have to have like a certain amount of subscribers, and I don't have that amount of subscribers to use the community tab. So it's a little bit of a pain, but yeah. If you want to stay on top of things, I would recommend joining that. And also, I'm in there from time to time. You can chat with me. You can reach out to me through there as well. So it's just, if you want to, you know, be part of the community or stay in contact, stay up to date, it's a good place to be. That's my plug for it. Whether you do or not, that's fully up to you. I know not everyone uses Discord, but you know what? Like, it's funny. I was super reluctant to use Discord because, like, one of my friends, like, I had a couple of friends always recommending it, but I have one friend who, when he recommends things to me, like, even though he's generally right that I'll like it, like, generally, it just, with some of his interests, I don't always, like, trust his authority on things I'd like, just because, like, some of his interests are like, man, that's super boring to me, or I don't really care about that, but he always thinks that I'd be interested in those as well, so like, the thing is like, as a friend, it's definitely good to try and share your interests with people. But it's also good to understand, like, where their interests may lie. Like, American Truck Sim, you know, as much as I joke, like, oh, I'm going to get Mavericks to play it, I fully get that this is probably a game that he wouldn't enjoy. Whereas, like, I really like it. It's really fun to me. Like, I find it entertaining. I find it calm. I find it relaxing. Like, I find it is a good way to, you know, kill a bit of time. He would probably just find it boring. And I'm like, I don't blame him for that, because, you know, again, it's perfectly within the realm of reason for him to be like, I don't like this. It's not my cup of tea. I'm gonna stop right here, take a little bit of a rest break. Yeah, so it can be morning and it can be day again. And mostly so I could earn... Actually, let's do it one more time. Earn a little bit more money. Oh, and we get rain for once. Sweet. I haven't seen rain in a little bit, which is surprising, because, like, for a couple of weeks... Well, I shouldn't say for a couple of weeks. It seems like for, like, a month or two worth of streams, like, every time I'd play, it would, like, always have rain. But anyway, back to it. I don't think Mavericks would enjoy this game. Ruff, who I've streamed with before, he might enjoy this, just because, you know, he likes SnowRunner, which is another kind of trucking game. I mean, that one's a little bit different. It has, like, extra aspects of various terrains that you have to overcome, and, like, yeah, there's a lot of different objectives in that game. Like, you have these objectives of, like, oh, build this, fix that, whereas this is just like, go deliver stuff. So I would give him like a maybe on this. Another person I know who streams, Yellow Man Gordon, who I'll like Mavericks and I will probably stream with sometime in the near future, because he's been wanting to play some Phasmophobia. He would probably find this game boring as fuck, to be honest. And he'd probably tell me as such. He'd probably like tell me that it's boring as fuck and throw in some very creative insults about it. So it's all about kind of knowing where your friends' interests lie. Like sometimes you'll be wrong, but yeah, if you have a general idea of what interests them, like it really helps in regards to what you try to share with them, what you try to get them into. I'm going to stop off here so we can discover this viewpoint. I think this viewpoint's just going to be like a view of Idaho Falls. I don't think it's going to be anything else, anything super important. But we'll do it just in case. Oh. Oh, man. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually made that. Yeah, I guess the whole reason behind that rant though was I have this friend who always thinks that I'll be interested in everything that they like, which again isn't necessarily true. Like it's more true than not. But there have been several things where he's introduced me to it, and it's like, I honestly have zero fucks in that, man. Like, it looks fun. I enjoy watching you play that. But when it comes to me, I personally give zero fucks about that. A whole zero fucks. Like, I don't know. I always thought that was interesting, actually. That something can interest you to watch or even talk about, but not necessarily to play. I think one example of that is RimWorld. That's a game that he was always trying to get me to play, where it's like, I've seen gameplay of that, so I enjoy the gameplay I've seen of that. But it's never interested me in such a way that I've wanted to play it. Which, to be fair, I do have it in my Steam library, but I'm pretty sure he was the one that bought it for me. So I'll have to give it a try eventually. It's one of those things where it doesn't interest me to play, but it does interest me to watch. And I don't know what causes that, like what the breakdown there is, and what is interesting to play, or what is interesting to watch, or what's interesting for both. But yeah, there are some games out there where it's just like, while I find this entertaining to watch other people play, I personally don't think I would be a big fan of it to play. To watch, yes. To play, no. And I feel like I'm not the only one that's that way. Because I mean, look at Twitch. There's plenty of people that watch streamers on Twitch play a game that they're not necessarily interested in to play. But there are, they do have the interest to watch it. So, I mean, I guess the same goes for YouTube as well. Or sometimes it might even be like, it's one of those things that you don't think you're interested in it, but then you watch it enough and then you grow interest in it. But there are definitely games where it's like, no, I don't want to play it. I just want to watch it, don't want to play. Okay, we're just gonna blow through this light right here. That fire truck is yellow. That was weird. Don't ask me why it's yellow, I just know it's yellow. Yeah, I know why it was. It was a Coldplay fire truck. Ah, sweet. Let's line this up perfectly. And by perfectly, I mean probably terribly. Boom. Look at that. Let's see here. Show results. Boom. And let's get down to the nitty gritty of finishing off this stream. We're going to fill up a garage. So we'll upgrade. Yes, upgrade. And then we will start with recruiting first. Hire a driver. And let's see. First, this guy's got 3 basically, but she's probably next. If that guy's third was like fuel efficiency, then fuck. Which place needs a driver? That's the big question. Okay, Evanston, sweet. Oh. Okay, she's definitely next. Ah, you mother... Oh my god, the controls are a little bit wonky here. I'm not a big fan of their controller update. Monica, I'm sorry. You just you don't have what it takes. You almost do. Or do you, Molly? I don't like fuel efficiency is always like the least of my concern here. Actually, Molly, you have long distance by 1, so I'm gonna... Let's see if anyone else has long distance. Let's see. I just want, like, long distance is always my preferred. I feel like people with long distance to begin with, like more long distance, usually pull in more money to begin with. And they usually level up a bit quicker because they have to get more miles per drive. But I'm not seeing anyone else with long distance, or at least with higher long distance, so there we go. Okay. Vladimir, I think you might be it. Here comes that Russian collusion. Okay. And then we should be able to finish this with like a full set of trucks for there. Ah, sweet. We'll get to this one right here, so. Okay. Still not a big fan of the updated controller controls for this game. Like, the way things lock when you move around is just, it's a little bit not nice, in my opinion. Okay, let's try this again. I'm just going to go with the directional pad, the D-pad. Because, let me tell you, it just, I don't know, it's a little bit rough using the control stick, especially since, like, when you select some of these things, like how I select the truck, like it'll just default to the OK or whatever. It feels awkward, you know? Which I'm hoping that they change things up on the control scheme, or maybe I'll have to see if like there's an option to adjust that, because it bugs me, like it really bugs me. Okay, we're just gonna be through here. Okay, there we go. Cool. Let's look at the control options. Controls, gamepad. Okay. Real. I have no clue what that does. So. Okay, nothing there. Let's see. Not I much prefer having the garage there. What's this one? This is one just a close up of the truck. I think that's what it might be. Just a close up. Oh, it's the truck against like a empty background. I don't like that as much. I like having it in the garage. Much more interesting. I wish they had more themes here. Yeah, fatigue, traffic fence, preferred job length, kind of a little bit longer, but medium still. Show truck limit, road advisor speed warning. Oh yeah, use the right stick. This throws me off so much. I'm just so used to like what the old controller, like how it used to work. Heavy cargo warning screen, got that disabled. I always find that funny because like the heavy cargo warning screen, it's like it always warns you like basically about using an underpowered truck for a job, which you can do some surprisingly heavy loads with an underpowered truck. It just you gotta really just hope there's no big hills at that point. Let's see. Random road events. Let's turn this shit up. We're just going to we're gonna hate our life. Turn that shit up to medium. I have rain probability down. It rains quite a bit for me. Show cutscenes. No. Transmission tape. Steering center. Yeah, let's turn that off. That'll be better. Braking intensity. Truck stability. We'll turn this down a little bit. Make it a little bit more fun. Trailer stability. We'll turn that down a little bit. I don't know if there's a option necessarily for yeah, doesn't look like there is. Well, darn. Let's just see if there's maybe anything under keys and buttons. Nope. That's just solidly only keys and buttons. I was hoping, because yeah, it's not that the control scheme's terrible since the update. It's different. Again, it kind of locks onto things a lot more. Like here, I'll kind of slowly go over, and then as soon as I go, oh, I guess here it doesn't matter. Like this, adding the border is kind of helpful for I don't know, I don't feel like it's necessary, but I could see how it could be helpful. And then yeah, just the D-pad now definitely a little bit more useful. I just don't like again on map screens and stuff that you have to use the right control stick to move them because I'm just used to the click and drag. Oh shit! I didn't even notice my cat was behind me. I'm gonna have to pet her here in a moment, but I think that's where we're gonna leave off for today. I got a few of the gift missions done for the Christmas event, so we're a third of the way there. Um, I feel like, yeah, I feel like there's more to say. I guess I got another garage. Well, upgraded another garage. Got it fully filled with trucks. So there's that. Actually, let's take a quick look at the map. Let's just see how many more garages we have. Okay, let's look at the garage purchase thing. There we go. I was gonna say. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, because when you're using mouse, you still right click to drag, which again makes more sense to me. So we got 5 there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31. So we still got 31 to go. Let's see how many garages we actually have currently. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 21, 22, 23. So we're not quite halfway there with the garages. Um, I think that as we get more garages, I think the speed at which we'll pick up garages will increase though. Because the thing is, it's like getting a garage before was like a once like every like I think towards the beginning of the game is like you get like one garage like every in game like couple of weeks or few weeks, and then it's like after you get a certain number it's like okay, now I can afford to get a garage like every week, and now it's basically I can afford to get a garage like every couple of days in game. Like I should say get a garage and fully outfit it to be more specific. So yeah, I think once I have enough garages it'll get to the point of like I can get one and fully outfit it every in-game day. And then eventually it'll probably be like to the point where I can fully outfit the garage in the course of like every like 2 in the course of an in-game day or something. We'll see though. We'll see. I mean that really depends on like how all my people level. Let's actually take a look at the driver manager. I just want to. I'm curious here. Let's look at the highest ratings. So they adjusted the rating system, I think. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it used to go above 10. I could be wrong, but I feel like it used to go above 10. Actually, let's look at dollars per mile. Oh yeah, yeah, we're making bank. Yeah, you can see that. Actually, let's look at dollars per day. That's more important than dollars per mile, honestly. Dollars per day, we're obviously making the most right now. As the player, you'll always make the most if you're doing loads actively. Like the only time that you'll make less than any of your drivers is if you're not actively hauling things. But yeah, you can see here they're bringing in about 11,000, 10,000, 9,000. So let's see, and we have how many drivers? Actually, I don't even have to calculate that. I was going to start calculating the math on it, but this tells us all we need to know here. So average daily profit for all of our drivers is about, we'll just say 500,000. I mean, it's a bit above that, but obviously some days are probably going to come in lighter, some will probably come in a little bit heavier. So I mean, that's probably a good estimate, but honestly, I'm not going to bank on that. I'll bank a little bit lower than that, so about 500,000 per day. So we make about, we'll just say about 30, like 3.5 million per week. So I think to outfit a garage, um I think to buy, upgrade, and outfit a garage fully with drivers and trucks is about 1.1 million with like the setup I have going currently. I could make it cheaper if I just bought cheaper trucks, but I like to get them ones that actually have some horsepower and everything. So let me take a look, see if it tells me what their trailer usage is. Okay, so like this person's hauling, it looks like a reefer triple. No, it's a dry van triple. What does this person have? Reefer triple. And they're making more at the lower levels, so let me take a look at the Boise location. I might just, I don't know, I might just have to like consider maybe buying trailers like reefer triples. Like, let's see what some of the, is there a trailer? Yeah, there's a trailer manager. Let's see what the highest profit trailers are. Does it tell me, or? So reefer trailers are definitely the highest used. So the first trailer here, which I've had the longest, is a sliding tarp triple, and you can see that that one is yeah, not as highly used, even though it's been in the fleet the longest. Let's see here. I want to see. One of these should be my reefer triple, I'd think, or somewhere there should be a reefer triple that's mine. I might not be as used because it's under reserve. Okay, never mind. I unlocked it then. Yeah, I just want to make sure. But yeah, like look at this food tank double. Like these, I feel like you have to have in the right place, or they're just gonna do nothing. This one doesn't get much use, even though it's used for heavy equipment. Yeah, like the dry van doesn't do as well. Sliding tarp doesn't do as well. I feel like the reefer trailers are really where it's at. Like I feel like they're the ones that get used the most and also make the most money. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to look at that. Let's look at the garage manager really quick. I just want to see how the daily profits are for the garages. So you can see obviously Boise is making the most, but that's because it's my home base. That's the one that as a player I count towards. So I'm pulling in like half of this profit by myself for daily profit, because I think if you looked at the daily profit for me, it was like 38,000. And then, yeah, the next person was Ruth, I think. I think that's, yeah, I mean, it has to be Ruth. And so, this guy doesn't look like Ruth. This guy doesn't look like Ruth. I mean, that guy might be a Ruth, but I think that's Ruth. No, Jana. My bad. Jana. I think she's the top performer here, though. Let's see. Yeah, she is the top performer for Boise. That isn't me. So, yeah, there is that. Then Twin, I think, had the next best performer, which I think was, I mean, Ruth, I think, did better than Jana. But, you know, she's just not at a location that performs quite as well. I mean, their productivity's almost there. I love how productivity here is 85%, but here it's 99%. Like, that really throws me off. I mean, according to this number here, 300,000, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, so 99% makes more sense than this 85%. Let's see here. Let's just sort by productivity. I just want to see how this compares. Yeah, like, I don't get why this one is showing higher productivity here. Unless they're saying in terms of like revenue versus cost. Because the cost is obviously lower at this location. I'm getting a higher percentage of this revenue. I don't know, though. I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue. What really matters here, though, is yeah, we're going to get all the garages eventually. We're going to fill them up with trucks. We're going to fill them up with drivers, and then at that point, you know, maybe we'll be close to another DLC, or maybe it'll be time for me to switch over to something like Euro Truck Sim for a while until they introduce some more DLC for this game. Anyway, though, I'm going to call it there. I accomplished everything I wanted to for this stream. I got a few of the gift deliveries in, and then I, you know, obviously got a fully upgraded garage with drivers, so that's always good. Yeah, I'll plug it right now one more time. Join my Discord if you want like updates, or you know, even the opportunity to chat with me offline when I'm not streaming. You can also, you know, if you're on Discord, you can see what games I might be playing at my leisure if I'm playing any games offline. Otherwise, yeah, you can find me on Twitch. You can find me on YouTube. So King Crab 0 for both of those. And yeah, you guys have a good day. I will probably be back tomorrow for a Danganronpa Christmas special. You know, a deadly Danganronpa Christmas. So look forward to that. And if that doesn't happen, I will announce it in the Discord. And I will just catch you next time. Then like, if it doesn't happen tomorrow, I will definitely do another stream within the next couple of days for my Christmas special. But you guys have a good night. Later.